Hello there YouTube, this is Aqua Student and I'm here at the 55-gallon tank. Wanted to show it off a little bit. I was away for a week, came back, did some water changes, and bam, it's already back looking great. The fish are doing quite well. It's quite interesting to just see their interactions and kind of their displays of aggression and domination, and I don't know, it's quite interesting to watch. I'm still not sure who the parents are of the cichlid fry, but that's something that I hope you guys might be able to help out with. This is, of course, the dang it, I completely forgot. Metroclima. How can I not remember? Anyway, we'll do a little bonus question later. So, yeah, everything's going well in here. I'm really happy with it. There's a little bit of green spot algae that I've been taking care of when I get a chance. It's one thing that I'd be interested in putting in at some point, excuse me, is a UV sterilizer, but that's of course not necessary right now, and just something thought in the back of my mind. Here's the Kinnii female. It's looking gorgeous. Got some beautiful iridescent blue on her. And yeah, really the only thing that I would really like to improve on this is get the younger cichlids in here. And that'll happen soon enough. These guys are looking great, and I don't know, I'm just excited. I'm very happy with the way this tank's developing. At some point I might try putting some Anubias to get some green in here, and yeah, it's just something to think about. Once again, this is a 55-gallon African cichlid tank with the kind of two islands aquascape, I guess you could call it. And yeah, things looking quite snazzy. We take a jump over to the fish room, so to speak, aka my bedroom. Let me just shut this off for a moment. Here we have the younger cichlids. You can see the chuere, the albino mbuna, dragon peacock, the Jacob's peacock, yellow lab, and the Afra rusty or some sort of mbuna that I'm not quite sure of, and who knows, probably take an actual ichthyologist to figure it out to get a proper classification. These guys are doing quite well. You can also see the Synodontis lace catfish growing quite well. These guys should be large enough to go into the main tank soon. I think they're a little bit small, but I think they should be ready soon, and especially if I get all of them in there at once, it'd work out quite well. I'm thinking perhaps when I go back for winter break, I'll be taking my tanks home, and I might take the 55-gallon and this tank home at the same time. And when I set it up, I'll leave this one empty or have some other plans for it, and get these guys in to the new tank, and that'll be a completely new aquascape. It'll completely reset the territories, so I think it's the best option overall. I'm going to take a moment right here to go to an intermission. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this picture right here and name that fish. If you can guess it correctly, you will win one genuine self-administered pat on the back. So you have a few seconds to decide, what is this fish? Correct answer is C, Dario, or scarlet baddies. These little guys only get to be about an inch large at the absolute most. Usually they don't even touch that. So there you go, now you know. That is a scarlet baddies. Ooh, it's dark and scary, just perfect for Halloween. And actually, the lighting's the exact same intensity It's just there's a huge ceiling of duckweed on it. I haven't bothered to remove it because duckweed does do an excellent job of removing nitrates because it's such a fast growing plant, but it does cut down on the light for all the other plants, so that is kind of detrimental, and I'll probably remove a lot of that later this week, perhaps even send some over to the cichlid tank or the younger cichlid tanks, just to kind of help reduce the strain on the biological filtration there. But yeah, this is the 10-gallon neon tank, of course. I have thoughts. I discussed this in the previous video about the potential future of this setup. Once again, I'd like to hear what you guys think about it. Neon School is doing quite well. I still love to watch these guys zoom in and out, and they always stick close together. So it's great to see the kind of teal and red stripes always working together. It complements nicely with the light blue background, and it's very artistic. Very, very, very. I'm going to turn this side lamp on. It's a little bit more yellowy light, but you can see more of the setup, at least until I get the duckweed out of the way. You can see the driftwood hasn't changed much. I've just got in kind of a boring sideways position. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions on the aquascape. I think I'd like to change this up at some point, and I'd like to hear what you guys have to offer. It'd be interesting to just do a complete aquascape just from your guys' suggestions. So hit up the comments with that. I'd love to see what you guys had to say. You can see, perhaps, I don't know how good this is for macro shots, but there's one of the red cherry shrimp there, and there's another one right dead center. It's that little blurry red thing. You can also see little guy on the, what is that, the air stone. And you can see some of the bubbles coming up. I'm surprised this is still pumping out CO2. It's been probably 2 weeks since I replaced the solution, but still going strong, so probably switch it out later this week just to get a little bit more action going in here. This is, of course, the 5-gallon tank. I did a water change yesterday, so it's still kind of everything's knocked around. But health-wise, everything's going great. The plants are doing very well. You can see some of the tips on the Ludwigia up here have, I don't want to reach my hand in there yet, but there's some bright pink tips, so that's good. They're enjoying the light. I pulled out a bunch of snails. You can see Vesuvius way back there in the thick of it all. And yeah, this one could use a rescape as well. It's not dirted, so don't have to worry as much about messing everything up as much. There's still some things to worry about. But the crypts in here are doing great. The Anubias is doing awesome. And the Massolia quadrifolia is actually spreading out decently well. It's not quite going as strong as it used to, but I mean, there's definitely a lot more new growth there. And hopefully eventually I can get it back to when it was in its glory days. There's this center plant. I'm not quite sure what it is. It might be Cryptocleata. I'm not positive, but it's growing like crazy. It starts up in the center, comes up. It was going straight across the top of the tank until I messed it up with the water changes yesterday. I was considering trimming it and replanting it, but I kind of wanted to see what it does. It looks like it's going to send off some baby plants or some sort of things. It's got, I don't know if it was trying to flower when it was up at the top, but that was really interesting to watch. And of course there's the Ludwigia back wall. There's some red tip right there. You can't quite see it. It's a little bit in the shadow, but shadow of the filter, but it's still doing quite nicely. And let's take a look at Vesuvius. Look at that guy. He's gorgeous. Just chilling there, enjoying the night. Anyway, I know many of you guys wanted to see more of the beta tank. This is how it's going quite well. It's a little messed up from the water change. I haven't had a chance to touch it with all the homework again, but It's looking good and everything's healthy, which is the important part. Now, thanks for watching, and I hope to hear a million comments from you guys. I want to be bored with the amount of comments I have to go through, or just amazed, knocked off my feet. There's the Vesuvius enjoying his little cave. So yeah, just a little rambling here, just letting you guys enjoy the moment. So yep, that's what's going on. Thanks for watching. Cheers.